This young guy was said to have killed his aged mother on the 23rd of July 2022 in a small town of Sierra Leone. This allegation came about when certain people in the neighborhood, where the same suspect, Ibrahim, lives with his deceased mother and a 12 years old grandson, Soare Kamara, of the deceased woman, raised an alarm over the sudden disappearance of this deceased woman by the name Fatmat Karbo for 2 days. For the fact that Fatimata is an aged woman, and she's well known in the community, there's nowhere or no how she would just disappear or even travel without notifying the neighbors. So eventually the neighbors started getting worried over her disappearance. And then when they asked her son Ibrahim, he said the mother traveled. Then the neighbors became very worrisome that no way, even if though the old woman wants to travel, she would have informed the neighbors to take or look after her grandson, which is 12 years old, Sore Kamara. Eventually, it was due to this much concern. So it was upon those concerns by the neighbors that raised her little, grandson, Sorie Kamara, in the morning hours of Saturday, 23rd of July, 2022, informed the entire neighbors that few days ago, he saw his uncle, Ibrahim Kagbo, the suspect, transporting mud into his room and filling it in his locally made mud bricks bed. And upon such informations, the neighbors informed their local, community chief, and the chief eventually. So the chief now hired the service of some youths to dig up the mud bricks bed in the suspect's room. And then in the process of digging, the dead body of Fatmat Karbo, the old woman, was discovered. And by then, the suspect, Ibrahim, had already left the community. So the community chief now went to report the matter to the regional CID office, in the same afternoon hours of Saturday, 23rd of July, 2022. So the suspect, Ibrahim, was later arrested by a team of police officers and was taken back to his home, that is the house where he buried his mother. And he himself went there, took them there. You can see him there, showing them exactly how he buried his mother. When the chief hired the service of the youth of the community to dug the place, it wasn't that they exhumed the body of the old woman. No, they just tried to see if there could be any sort of lump or suspect something. And when they were sure of that, then the police now came, and then Ibrahim was eventually arrested, and the body of his aged mother was exhumed. Honestly, this is sad when we hear things like this, guys. Things are really happening, Things are really happening. So Ibrahim, you can see Ibrahim with police and the handcuff, and he was led back to their house where Ibrahim himself showed them, how he buried his mother. And then the body of his mother was, exhumed. Already at early stage of decomposing. So Ibrahim was asked, why did he kill his mother, or how did he did it? He said he strangled her. He strangled her aged mother. Do not forget that Ibrahim is a man's son by profession. He's a bricklayer. So, and he should be at many looking at him, he should be at his early 40s or late 40s. I think he's a very young guy. So he said that he strangled his mother because the mother has been tormenting him. They strangled his mother and they buried her in the room under his own bed. He said that because the mother has been tormenting him, hurting him. But if you ask me, I wouldn't know the meaning of the mother is hurting him or tormenting him. Perhaps he thinks that he's not a millionaire or he's not prosperous. The mother must have been a witch. Africa, when we have aged parents and things tends not to go well, some children will be tagging their parents witch. So perhaps that is what he meant by the fact that his mother is tormenting him or hurting him. So going as far as strangling his aged mother and single-handedly burying her inside his bed, locally made fabricated brick-made bed, and break it up. You know, he's a mason, so he could do that himself very easily. And so the mother's corpse was eventually exhumed, as Aline said. Oh my God, this is so sad. So due to the decomposed status of the deceased person, she has already been buried in a cemetery, and her grave has been marked for future exhumation and autopsy examination by certified pathologist. So this is Ibrahim here, and I believe he's regretting everything. I mean, this is Satan. He has come to kill and steal and destroy. Otherwise, how could somebody just strangle a woman that carried you for 9 months, nurtured you, nursed you, and fed you till you grow?